Hello and welcome to Hollowacreshomestead. Homestead. My name is Stephanie and today is garden tour day. So today's been a pretty rainy day. It started raining last night and it's been raining all day. It's about 1:30 right now. The sun has come out. It has stopped raining. So we're going to go ahead and do this garden tour. Let's start with the fruit trees. So here we are at our peach tree. Specifically, it's an Alberta Peach. And you can see right here, we have little peachlings. Yeah. That is so exciting, so exciting. Here we are at our other peach tree. This one is the Red Haven peach. Like there's growth. This is green, but there's no leaves yet. That one's still pretty dormant. Ooh, it's really tall. Here we are at the front walkway. I have a bunch of flowers here, all in this bed, and this lines the walkway to the garden. This is the Santa Rosa plum. I don't see any plumlings, but a lot of growth. I'm liking how they're coming along. Here we are at the Methylene Plum. Some of the leaves are a little yellowing. So when I planted these trees, I did not use tree fertilizer. I used little pellets. I don't even remember what it was, but I ordered the tree fertilizer for the fruit trees, and I put them around the base of the tree. And I don't know if that's enough because I'm seeing yellowing, and this is the only tree that's kind of yellowing, but one of these trees, and I think it's the apple trees, they are kind of sad looking. They're a little droopy. Here, this is the Gala apple tree. Look it.
Here's another Gala
apple. Little fruitlings. Yeah, they're all right there. They're very little. That tree looks just fine. And this is the pink lady apple. See, it's doing fine. Yesterday it was droopy, and I guess with the rain, maybe it just needed water. I may fertilize them again. I need to do a little bit more research on them to see why the leaves are droopy and starting to turn yellow. If you are growing fruit trees and you know what's happening, leave a comment below and let me know. They look droopy. They're supposed to be this droopy? I don't know. See? I think that's just a little bit too droopy. So if you've had any suggestions what to do with the trees, I would love to hear it. What'd you find, Landon? Look. What'd you find? Kooka Melons.
See, I wasn't lying.
I didn't think you were lying. Kooka Melons love this tree.
I love this tree.
Yeah, I know. We have Kooka Melons that grow under this cypress tree in our yard. And it covers the tree with Kooka Melons. Kooka Melons aren't technically perennial, but whenever they drop and they drop their seed, they'll reseed every year. So, kind of perennial, but also not.
Yeah.
Here we are at the front. Now we've made our way. Look at the growth on these, just in a week. There's a melon plant.
Mom, look. This.
Oh, lovely, lovely,
Mom,
lovely.
Look at this I found.
What'd you find? You found a big old pipe, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
You can cut it up and make giant bam sticks.
Well, you have to ask Dad first. There's a paintbrush. I really need to move that thing. The growth is coming. Got a trailer full of soil right here, so I'm not going to walk that far. It's not very far, but yeah, no. Lovely. Ah, it's lovely. Yesterday I planted Armenian cucumbers right at the doorway here for them to grow up. And I put loofahs in here as well. But I put them over there on the grape arbor rather. Let's come this way. I finished the pumpkin patch. I really thought that I would have more rows, but this is a good space to work with. It's a heck of a lot more space than I had last year for my pumpkins. In these first two rows, I have zucchini. So these are the gold zucchini, and these are green zucchini. I planted summer squash here before I planted the pumpkins because obviously pumpkins need a lot longer to grow, and this summer squash. And by the time that this summer squash is done with, I can either do another round, another planting of more squash, depending on if actually they eat it or not. Talking about my family. If my family eats the zucchinis that I'm growing, then I'll plant more. If not, then I'll probably do pumpkins or something. Yeah. So the way that I have this laid out here in the pumpkin patch is when you're looking at it the right side, but as I'm standing here it's the left. This side, these first 3 rows, 4 rows probably, are going to, nah, 3 rows, these are pumpkin and squash, but also, I thought I'd have more space. I'm planting melons very soon in the last 3 rows, and I'm thinking I want to do corn in the middle. I did buy corn. I've never grown corn before. No, that's not true. My first year gardening, I tried corn, and it did not work out.
Actually, it worked out for a few seconds.
It worked out?
Yeah, it did.
Oh.
And then the squirrels came and ate them.
Oh, and also we put them in the backyard where there was very little sun, so they didn't really grow. Look at that. That's pretty. That's so pretty with the purple door. Love it. Love it. Okay, and this here we have strawberries. They've not come up yet. But I planted, but here in this row on the edge there are strawberries. I'm going to be putting amaranth and probably mint or thyme here. I hit the fence. The top are ever-bearing, and then through the rest are June-bearing strawberries. And then I also have strawberries around. I'll show you. Still in the strawberry bed, we have the Mars grape, still not doing anything yet. So I planted some loofah seeds down here. Down there, of course, you can't see them. I just did it yesterday. They're not doing anything yet, but they're going to be there to grow up. I am going to spend this week putting a grid here. I don't know if I'm going to use like fishing line or a netted trellis. I have a couple of those left, but I'm probably going to use those for tomatoes. So I've not decided what I'm going to tie it up with yet, but I'm going to do some kind of grid pattern to make sure that everything grows up like it should. There we have the Niagara grape, the green grapes. They're doing great. Look at them. Off to a good start. I cannot wait until this is like covered with stuff. Oh, it's going to be beautiful. Off to the right, we have raspberries. And look, right there. And down here under the raspberry, look, a bloom. I'm so excited. We have volunteered tomatoes. And I guess they are big enough now that I can transplant them.
Mom, there's another one and another.
Kooka Melons. You found Kooka Melons. They do kind of just grow wild, don't they?
1, 2.
Oh, yay, they're going to be everywhere.
3. Yes. Like last year when you were picking stuff, like tomatoes, they were all over the place.
They were all over the place. Wild Kooka Melons.
They're edible.
They are edible.
You don't need to wash them or anything.
You should probably.
Yeah, but you don't have to. You can just pick them, eat them.
We're going to pickle them this year. We didn't have enough to pickle last year, but I think we will this year. Because I'm purposely growing them.
Kooka melons?
Kooka Melons. We're going to pickle them.
We're going to make them tiny. We can make the world's tiniest pickles.
The world's tiniest pickles.
The world's tiniest pickles were the size of a grape. So
little grape.
We can make us even. We can break a world record, Mom.
You think?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe we will.
We can break a world record with Kooka melons.
Wow. So this is where I have the other strawberries. They are lined all the way along this front bed here. Our blueberry bush, this is the one that's doing the best. I think that one, I bought that one last year. And this is one that I cut off of it, and I'm not noticing any growth. It's still dormant. I'm hoping it's going to kickstart when I pull on the stem. You know, if the roots are dead, it'll just come out, and it's not. So I don't think the roots are dead.
Mom.
Hold on. Down here, I have a whole bunch of These are European pear trees. I need to pot those up. And here's an apple tree. I don't know what kind of apple. The deers chopped it off last year. I had it up here where I was going to grow some trees and changed my mind. Thank goodness I did. So it's growing back. Very happy that it's growing back and didn't die. This blueberry bush is about 3 or 4 years old. Where I had it in a container, it was not doing well. It went completely dormant. And I potted it here, put a good fertilizer, good berry tone in it. And it is coming back. So that is very good. I brought the plant back to life after I almost killed it. Our large tree stumps here that I really do want to put mushrooms on, but probably I'm not going to get to. Oh, there's a bee flying around. This is what's left of the cabbage. I'm using the cabbage now as a trap crop. I see very clearly that it's doing well as a trap crop. I'm letting those go. I would rather bugs eat these than the blueberries, so they can have the cabbage.
Mom, what about the carrots?
Oh, you want to show the carrots? There's a lot of bees out right now.
Look at all the carrots.
All those carrots. They are coming up very nicely.
Oh.
Some of them are really close together.
That's 4 plants.
Oh, well maybe it'll make a giant carrot. Let's leave it alone since this is the best germination rate of carrot we've ever had. We'll see what happens with them.
Can I pick this one?
No, don't pick any, honey. They're not ready yet.
Can I pick
I want good-sized carrots.
Please, I know.
Fine. Just one. See, it's not ready yet.
Yeah.
You see that tiny little carrot? This carrot is probably 30 to 35 days old since planting. They're about 30 or 35 days. They need more time. Probably another month. Carrots are usually 60 day to like 75, 60 to 80 days when they're ready.
What?
We have celery here. Lettuce that is starting to go to seed. Look at that dinosaur kale. More celery. So a helpful tip whenever it comes to growing celery is, what you know, the big, thick celery that you see in the store? Well, those are 2-year-old. They do not grow that big in one season. So these are 2-year-old celeries. These are from last year, and they are just now thickening up. They're still pretty thin, but there are some thick stalks at the bottom.
Wow, those are thick.
So I want them to get thicker, because good celery is thick, right? Radishes. I did lay out the irrigation the other day, but it is not hooked up to anything.
How old are these?
More carrots. Probably about 35 days old. We planted them about a month ago. A lot of dinosaur kale over here. And a lot of cabbage down there. Now you can see these little pots. I forgot to transplant them, but before it rained, yeah, the rain knocked them over, but I need to transplant these out. I probably should pot these up. This is broccoli and this is lettuce. So I'm going to plant the lettuce out young and probably pot up the broccoli. And what is left of cabbage. And then over here we have more cabbage. You can see down here most of it has died off. This is what's left. And then we have peas, sugar snap, I think. Or maybe they're harvester peas.
They're sugar
Or maybe
snap.
they're Lincoln peas.
They're sugar snap.
I don't know. I don't remember buying sugar snap peas, but there's some kind of pea. Whatever I put here, I know grows to at least 6 feet because I wanted it to arch over. I need to fix these archways that we're at. Let's turn around. So this is the
Mom,
second archway down.
were these entire trees?
Yep, they grow together. Isn't that cool? Yeah.
What? It's
I
like
know.
a tiny shade area.
I know. It's really cool how I got the trees to do that. Growing together. So I need to fix that. Where are we? And we'll just turn around. Here. All of our beans are coming up. There are carrots planted. I took down, I need to fix this whole archway. So I pretty much took it all down. And I need to continue doing that whenever the rain clears up. Lots of pole beans, more dinosaur kale. There's carrots in there. I did just them in the soil yesterday. I put about an inch and a half or so, maybe an inch, of fresh compost on top of that to give it some more nutrients. Here we are at the herb bed. What?
There's a piece on the sprout.
Oh, great. Hold on. Here we are at the herb bed. I also topped off the entire bed. I cut everything down pretty far. Topped off the whole bed with about an inch of this compost. It looks like the bed needs more soil, but I didn't want to suffocate everything. So we'll just do it gradually. I have rattlesnake, no, at the end are rattlesnake beans. These are some kind of pole bean. I really need to label things. Okay. Oh, it's starting to rain again. I gotta hurry up. Archway. We got the archway. Look at that herb bed. I need to clean up my mess. I know it. That's nice. That's looking majestic. It's gonna look majestic. Okay. Look it. We're putting on some growth, y'all. Look at that guy. Putting on growth. In this bed are a mix of Brussels sprouts, cabbage, onions, shallots, garlic. I think there's a broccoli or two in there. And then I planted, oh, that looks like a pea coming up. I thought I put beans. Oh, and there's a parsley. There's a parsley there. I will also be putting basil in here and tomatoes whenever it's time. We're still walking out of the archway. Okay. I'm going to make a grid here, but you can see what I'm going for, right? Just support for the plants to grow up. What?
More Kooka Melons.
Oh, more Kooka Melons. I thought you were doing gasping for snakes or something.
More Kooka Melons.
More Kooka Melons.
More.
Oh, that's so exciting.
More.
You could very gently dig them up and go plant them in front of the fence up front.
More. There's so much in this one area.
You love Kooka Melons, don't you?
Yes.
Hmm.
They're the best. They're like tiny watermelons and cucumbers and pickling cucumbers all together.
That's right. Oh no, what happened? Did you do that? Is that the spinach you harvested yesterday?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. You left a mess, but that's okay. Here we have more beans. I can't remember what beans they are, but these look good. These look real good. Oh, did I not tie that off? I did. Something ate it? Alright. I need to fix that.
Looks like
This
something
cabbage,
really
I think this is our
hungry.
best head of cabbage. Right there.
No, Mom, this is the best head of cabbage.
Spinach, more cabbage. We got a blank spot.
This is our
More
best
spinach
head of,
going to seed. Oops.
This is our best head
Spinach
of
going to
cabbage.
seed. I'm caught in the bed.
This is our best head of cabbage.
Maybe. That's a good size.
Look how
I think
big
we have two good heads. There's still nothing planted back here. Well, there's onions. I put onions and garlic back there. And
that one's still really small. That
yeah,
one's bigger.
that's okay. I really do think that these plants here are painted daisies. Or some kind of daisy. But I didn't think daisy got that big, but I guess I need to do more research on daisies. So just onions in there for now and one lonely cabbage. Down at the end are asparagus. We'll get there in a minute. Lettuce. That's a red gourmet lettuce, I think. Salad lettuce, salad bowl, something. This one, I was waiting for it to head up, but it looks like it's starting to bolt because it's getting tall.
Hey, Mom.
So I'm going to harvest this. I'm going to let this one head up a little more. Spinach going to seed. So this is, I think, Malabar spinach. I could be wrong. And this is Giant Noble. And you can tell the difference. One's giant. Yes, honey.
Ooh, more Kooka Melons.
More Kooka Melons. And look at all these carrots. These
This.
carrots are probably about a month and a half old. 2 months. Probably 2 months old. Let's see, are any of these almost ready yet? No. No. Okay, that's okay. We need to put some bone meal in there. What's that, a mushroom?
Yep.
Oh, good.
What here?
I guess it's almost time to go mushroom foraging.
We can make ink.
Yeah, with the ink caps. So here's our asparagus bed. There's some weeds I need to pull out. Coming in nicely. Whoever buys our house for next year will have a lot of asparagus to eat. Unless we're still here, then we'll have asparagus to eat. Bay laurel tree. I topped it off with compost. I need to pull off these dead. But they don't want to come off too easy. Be gentle with them. Here are Landon's Morning Glory. He planted these.
Yep. They're doing so well.
Before we go to the greenhouse, let's take a look at the... See, I think the lighting is weird. There we go. Our in-ground garden space. That's nice.
Picked up all the leaves.
It's starting to look nice. Thank you. Here is broccoli. You know what? But it's heading up like cabbage, but I thought this was broccoli. I don't know what I put here. This one is attracting a lot of pests, but the rest seem to be fine. We are seeing some sprouts. Look at that. I think that's a Cosmo. We got sprouts coming up. And over in this bed, lots of weeds that I need to pull.
What's this?
But looky there.
Oh, what's this?
It's a thorny thing. Zinnias. This is our zinnia bed, and look at them coming up. So excited for this. I am planting, or I am growing, I don't know, 10 different zinnias. Last year I figured out I really love zinnias. They're so beautiful and they bush out and they get so big. So I ordered a lot of different zinnia seeds, and that's what we're growing right here. And I think I need to find another place for some more zinnias. I have some potted in, or growing rather, in the greenhouse. These two rows are beans and onions. You can see the onions coming up. Onions and beans are very good companion plants. The onions repel pests that are attracted to the beans. Look at these peas. These are Alaska peas. They grow to be about 2.5 to 3 feet in length, so they'll cover the trellis very nicely and shouldn't block out anything else in the shade. These, I really do think they're daisies. These are the same flowers in that long bed, and they're starting to bloom, so
Mom,
excited to see what it's going to be.
See that pea I saw?
I planted very, very young okra here because I ran out of pots and didn't have the growing space.
Mom?
So we're going to see what happens with these. It's okay if they die. I have more. But I really, hold on, Landon. I really wanted to come to the end. This is the same plant. I think they're daisies, but I don't know. But this one is going to be pretty. I hope it's pretty. Flowers. Flowers are always pretty, though, aren't they? Almost. Oh, I see a sponge. Yeah, show me.
It's starting to form on the inside, and then it will pop out and get bigger. See?
Yes.
That's
good eye, Landon. Here on the edge we have
so
chamomile. Huh?
There's so much more starting to sprout.
Oh, that's great. We're going to have beans and peas soon. This is a little shelf kind of that I set up. Everything that's out here is stuff that, some of it still does have its tags, like all these cranberries and grapes here. But this stuff here, I don't even know what it is anymore, if it's not labeled. And then whatever's there. All of our trees, apples, citrus, avocado, there's peach and pear. There are also Kooka Melons and oranges. Yeah, Kooka Melon. Not Kooka Melon. That's not what I meant. There are kumquat trees. Yeah, I meant kumquat. I need to come trim those. I need to prune those trees and top them off with a good compost. Probably lift them up a little bit, allow that root to really get deep in there. We are in the greenhouse, and I only have 6 minutes left on my camera. Jeez. Look at our flower seeds. There are great mullein, Blueberry cheesecake zinnias, stop sign zinnia, peppermint stick zinnia.
Stop
Got some
sign?
burning bushes back there. They're not doing anything yet.
Stop
Look
sign
at those
red?
Kooka Melons. Yep, red and white. South of the border zinnias, under the sea zinnias, Chilean bellflower, purple prince, zinnia, a lot of zinnias. Maximilian sunflower, Rogue Royale sunflower. Got a bunch of varieties of flowers this year I need to water. These are Cherokee chocolate cherry sunflowers. Yeah, I need to water. Microgreen sad. Dry. Oh, those are looking good. Yes, tomatoes. Dry plants. Cabbage, Romanesco broccoli. This one I'm so excited for because it's a wild looking broccoli.
More Kooka Melons!
Oh, geez, you scared me.
Whoa! You almost
I reseeded everything. Some stuff is starting to sprout. I need to water. Nothing's going to grow if it's all dry. So I think that the biggest problem with this greenhouse, other than the fact that it reflects some of the green light that needs to come through to make these seeds really start growing, or the seedlings. Kooka melons in the greenhouse. Cool. My problem is that it holds water, and I thought that I had the top on tight enough to not do this, but
Oh, that's hot.
see, now it's starting to rip. There are starting to be holes in there because it's holding so much weight down. I don't really know what to do. I thought that I've tightened it enough, but I guess I haven't. So if you have any suggestions on, you know, how to keep the water from coming through, other than replacing it, because I've looked it up and I don't want to spend $250 on just the tarp. I mean, the greenhouse didn't even cost that much. So, I don't know. Here's everything else. Mix of trees. There's cherry trees, avocado, amaranth back here. Amaranth and things. I need to get these back out and water them. Guess I could have let them be rained on. Lots of seedlings coming up. Lots of stuff. My tomatoes. Yay, my tomatoes. These are zucchini. Let's see. Gold zucchini and spaghetti squash. Once the rain stops, it's going to be raining again soon. Yep, clouds are covering. Sun's gone. So once, you know, once the rain stops, I'm going to harden these plants back off. They've been outside, so they're pretty accustomed to it, to the weather changes anyway. I had them outside overnight twice. So I'm excited to get those planted. I think I'm going to be doing the spaghetti squash right here. Up and over. There, bless you! That bench is sad, isn't it? It needs a friend. Its friend says, build me, make me already. I think I'm going to move the fireplace. I don't think I'll ever use it. I want to plug my lights in. I still haven't turned them on yet. I did buy 2 more lights to put down here to like fully fill it in. Yeah. I've not put them up yet. That is all that we have today for our garden tour. This is the 3rd garden tour of 2022. I am so happy that you are here to see how our garden grows. Just looking from week 3 back to week 1, there's so much growth and a lot of change, and there's going to continue to be change and growth, and I'm excited for the season. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We'll see you next time here on Hollow Acres Homestead. You want to say anything?
Bye.
Bye!
Remember, grow vegetables, eat them. Carrots are the most healthy one because they help you see. Bye.
Grow food!